Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is update day here in Call of Duty. We've got some new updates out for Black Ops 7 and Warzone, some global updates encompassing all modes here. We first, though, have to start with some brand new patch notes. We got a minor patch note update earlier on this week. It wasn't anything too major to have its own dedicated video or anything, but back on January 20th, a few days ago, we got some new gameplay update patch notes for multiplayer, zombies, and Endgame. So in this update specifically, they went through and did a couple of map updates. They smoothed collision on some spots that led to unintended sightlines on Colossus, Meltdown, and Standoff. With some new gunsmith updates here, they addressed an issue with rotating weapons in the gunsmith preview, addressed an issue with the import weapon build for private matches specifically, addressed an issue where weapon and equipment previews would not update when switching between loadouts. Players can now view attachments in the gunsmith without any being unlocked in a category, so you can preview, okay, hey, this barrel's locked at level 46, I know I got to get it to that, or whatever it could be on any given gun there. Addressed an issue where the radiation meter dial would adjust slowly with large changes in radiation, and you already know they added various stability fixes. We don't know what is more stable now, but something is, I can tell you that. In Zombies, couple of Gobblegum updates. They addressed an issue where the Arsenal Accelerator Gobblegum was not charging the player's field upgrade faster and closed an exploit when converting Gobblegums to Essence. Then in Endgame here, addressed an issue where players were able to enter vehicles using power armor. They also closed an exploit where players could have more than one exotic skill. A bunch of people were cheesing that. That's been fully patched now. So like I said, couple of new gameplay updates from earlier on this week. We also have several new things going on today and beyond. Now, we also got some new patch notes today, surprisingly enough, for multiplayer, some global stuff, and then quite a few Warzone updates as well. So here globally, they addressed an issue with the hipfire crosshair on the Ravager showing in ADS. They also added some extra lines for rewards with longer descriptions in the after action report. They fixed bottle caps not dropping in certain modes. They adjusted some score streak stuff here where score streak weapons are giving more score than intended. They adjusted the War Machine ammo count and self-damage some. They also addressed an issue that prevented progress on their Prestige 8 calling card one-man army. And then in Warzone here, the Combat Axe base damage was buffed. It can do 290 now. The frag grenade damage was also buffed a little bit. With loot and economy, they added the Sternwolf 45 to ground loot. They replaced the Arcam 1 launcher with the arrow. They've also adjusted several ground loot builds for the Peacekeeper, the MXR, the Mod, the AK, the Maddox, the Mirage, the MPC, and the Raiden as well. With contracts here with the Recon, the spawn rate was reduced by approximately 10% in each mode. Most wanted, the time reduction after opening a supply box has also been reduced. And then we got several new meta updates today, which is kind of interesting. So on BO7, all assault rifles, we increased velocity on all of these basically. On the AK as well, they buffed the medium and the long damage range there. Lower torso and leg multipliers buffed, velocity buffed, rate of fire buffed a little bit as well. Then they made some slight attachment adjustments in there too. It's been a close to top tier performance, but held back by some recoil and a punishing damage profile. This will balance it out some more. On the Mirage, they actually nerfed the mid damage and then also the mid and long range a little bit, so it won't be as effective there. Few attachment updates too. On the Mod, few attachment updates. Bullet velocity penalty reduced and damage penalty reduced on the Shade suppressor. On the Axis Shift vertical grip horizontal control benefit improved, and on the Steady grip horizontal control benefit improved as well. Maddox, same deal there, same deal on the MXR. Peacekeeper medium damage range 1 got buffed a tad bit there, velocity buffed, recoil deviation reduced as well. And then on the Maverick, velocity buffed, same attachment updates. On SMGs, handling and mobility has been improved across BO7 SMGs to open up more build options there. On the Carbon, they also buffed the range, that's a W there. And then recoil deviation reduced, horizontal recoil deviation reduced, better ADS speed, sprint to fire, movement speed, and ADS strafe. Love to see that. Few attachment updates as well. Dravik, better medium damage, that's solid there. Better ADS, sprint to fire, and movement speed. On the Kogot, better range outright, you love to see that. Better ADS, sprint to fire, and vertical control as well there. Few attachment updates too. MPC, medium damage actually gets nerfed a tad bit there, so that'll be down some, but its first damage range is still pretty crazy there. We've also got the Razor. This ends up getting a medium damage range 1 buff ever so slightly, so its mid-range will be a little bit better. See several additional adjustments here with upper torso and arm multipliers. Recoil is better now, and then movement is increased as well. Few attachment updates. On the RK9, ADS speed improved, and then a few attachment updates. On the Raiden, mid damage range gets buffed, upper, lower, and arm multipliers buffed, ADS speed buffed, few attachment updates. Then on the Sternwolf, few attachment updates, basically the same across the board there. On the Sokol 545, the range was slightly nerfed here. It's still going to be pretty solid there, all things considered. Just using an extended barrel or a long barrel there, you'll be just fine. Rate of fire was decreased though, and the velocity was also decreased. This has been an easy to use LMG that overperforms at mid to long range. These changes rein in its time to kill and effective range while preserving its approachable handling. A targeted fire rate reduction slightly lowers the overall TTK without compromising its ease of use too much. Then on the M8, they buffed the medium damage range as well and the velocity. Then we got a few bug fixes, an issue where the hipfire crosshair for the Ravager will remain present in ADS, the issue with the reward descriptions, then also a 0 XP splash icon to appear after unlocking a reward. So just late last night, Treyarch put out another additional update for Endgame. They say we've released some additional tuning for the Wraithwing World event based on continued feedback. It just seems like players are having a real tough time taking out the Wraithwing within the Endgame matches here. So now, in addition to some of the nerfs that they gave it earlier on this week and made it easier to attack with launchers, VTOL health has now been significantly reduced. So it should have way less health to go through and actually take down. And VTOLs are now much more susceptible to launchers. Good luck, have fun, and bring an Arkham 1. So now if you're trying to go through and complete the Wraithwing World event, if you have that launcher on the ready, you should have a much easier time taking this thing down. It's been pretty difficult for a lot of players since this was added in a few days back. So kind of funny, they're just trying to ease this up a little bit more and more. It seems like every other day right now so that players can actually consistently beat this world event. And then as far as today's full new updates go, it is a new weekly update today, so we'll have challenges and a new aftermarket part to break down here in just a moment. But Treyarch did give us a slight preview yesterday afternoon. Takeover is officially coming to multiplayer. We'll break down the gameplay details in just a second. There's 24 new weekly challenges with the new NPC Contra Bloom laser reward. The 10v10 mosh pit is also going to be continuing, but as they say here, new mode in multiplayer, and we also have a new mode over in Warzone as well. So in multiplayer here, we've got the new takeover mode, and this is kind of like Breakthrough in Battlefield a little bit. They say fight over a set of 3 neutral zones in this new dynamic objective mode, combining elements of hardpoint and domination into a new competitive experience. Teams earn points for capturing a zone, which then disables that zone from the match. You're kind of pushing through the map, if you will, like in Breakthrough. Once all zones have been captured, they rotate to a new trio of zones following a short cooldown. Redouble your efforts with each subsequent shift of the objectives to achieve the highest score and win the match. So kind of an interesting hybrid take on Dom and hardpoint combined. And like I said, really gives those Breakthroughs kind of vibes to me as far as just capturing those zones throughout the map and then moving to the next ones, kind of pushing through the map as a full team rather than as individuals going for a certain flag in Dom or a hardpoint outright. So that'll be interesting to see how that fully plays and if the pacing is good on a variety of maps. And by the way, as we are going through all the new updates, all the notes from today's patch, if you guys enjoy the video, you found the info helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you're always in the know for everything going on in COD, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Now, Warzone this weekend is also going to end up getting a new LTM, one of the final main LTMs that we know of for this season, because next week is going to actually be a community vote weekend, which will be interesting. But this upcoming weekend, we're going to see the high octane LTM on Verdansk. This will be 150 players quads, and I'm very excited for this personally. They say experience non-stop action with the high octane LTM. You drop in with your custom loadout right away. You don't even have to loot up to get a loadout drop. You get your custom guns as you fly in. Scavenge juiced up loot across Verdansk that features gas masks, grappling hooks, and legendary weapons. Cash payouts are greater as well for doing contracts or finding cash stacks in chests. You can also use the buy station whenever you want. Just by opening up your menu interface, you can buy things anywhere at any time. You don't have to go to a physical buy station, which means this entire mode is just go, go, go. Also, to keep up with this pace, expect greatly accelerated circle timings for a much faster match experience. There's no room for hesitation in high octane. So this is just chaos from start to stop. Like I said, I'm very excited to check out this LTM. I think this could make the pacing on Verdansk go pretty crazy, should offer a whole lot of kills. And typically, for what it's worth, with LTMs like these, we have open matchmaking in Warzone, but LTM skill-based matchmaking of what it exists, at least, or like the whatever percentage it is, seems way toned down. Like the LTMs that we have, it always seems like I'm finding way easier lobbies. So that's something you maybe should take note of as you're jumping into the weekend LTMs. Sometimes they do feel like they offer kind of some free lobbies here and there where you can just go through and fry everyone. So definitely looking forward to this one. So yeah, as mentioned, High Octane should be the new LTM, dropping at least for the weekend, maybe into next week as well, depending on how long they keep it around. Earlier on today though, Raven actually posted previewing the community update. Now originally they had said that the community playlist, the fan voted playlist, was going to take place this upcoming weekend, which wouldn't make sense, at least according to their previewed schedule. They then deleted that tweet after I responded to them. I don't know if I caused that or what, but they deleted the tweet and reposted now saying it's time to vote for next weekend's LTM mode in Call of Duty Warzone. So for the next 6 days, you can go through and place a vote on which LTM you want to see for the final weekend update of Season 1. You could vote between Buyback Battle Royale. That's personally what I voted for. I love buybacks. You could have Amped Battle Royale, which is like the increased health, the health bar and everything like that. Ultra Fast Resurgence, which is just moving on ice skates at hyperspeed the whole time, and then Make It Rain Resurgence, which of course we just had this past weekend with like the cash drops and the different crates that happen throughout the zone. So you can vote for that the next couple of days, and we will determine what the final LTM is for Warzone next weekend. Now also as a part of today's update, we've got the week 8 challenges and everything going on with these. So again, you can complete any 6 challenges across co-op and endgame, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. If you complete any mix and match, you could do 2 in Warzone, 2 in zombies, 2 in multiplayer. Doesn't matter how you split them up. Any 6 will get you the new MPC 25 Contra Bloom laser, which goes crazy on hip fire spread. It's basically perfectly accurate from the hip. It also has like the crossbar ADS, which is like not a full-on ADS when you actually go to zoom in. It's a pretty crazy hipfire based build, if or attachment to like enhance that hipfire based build if you're into that style of play. So for this week's challenges, in in-game, complete 15 assignments, and in-game destroy 3 guild VTOLs, kill an enemy while cloaked by your active camo ability 5 times, clear 5 quarantine zones, acquire 10 skills, and eliminate 1 rhino. In multiplayer, with a hybrid combat specialty equipped, get 250 eliminations, get 5 objective kills with lethals or field upgrades, get 2 consecutive kills with your primary weapon without reloading 5 times. With the gunfighter wildcard equipped, get 250 kills using a weapon with 8 attachments, get a kill with both your primary and secondary weapons in the same life 10 times, and kill 5 enemies disoriented by your psych grenade tactical or fear trap field upgrade. In zombies, spend 20,000 salvage at the arsenal, eliminate 250 zombies with a single weapon acquired from the mystery box, earn a death trap medal, which is 10 kills with an energy mine, earn an elusive medal, which is 50 kills without taking damage, eliminate a Zersa, have 5 perks active at the same time. In Warzone, get 20 eliminations while under fire, get 20 kills while aiming down sights, get 2 eliminations without reloading, complete 2 recon contracts in a single match 5 times, make 10 purchases at buy stations, and get 2 eliminations with special weapons as well. Pretty straightforward challenges this week. This is the last main like attachment reward for the weekly challenges. In week 9, I think we're getting a blueprint, and of course you can go through in week 9 and fully complete your Coral Streaks weapon camo as well for the season if you've been going through and actively completing all the previous weekly challenges as well. That being said, that is everything that ended up getting updated in today's new update and throughout the week with some new updates as well for BO7 and Warzone. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure you're always in the know for everything going on in COD. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.